Hi, my name's Dave from GadgetHelpline.com and you're watching our video review of the Samsung Galaxy S3. The phone is available in Pebble Blue and Marble White in 16, 32 and 64GB versions, and today we're looking at the 16GB Marble White version. As you can see, and as I'm sure many of you have already read, the phone is quite big, so what we're going to do is a quick comparison. If we just set the handset down here, we're going to bring in the Samsung Galaxy Nexus, which is very similar in size, although the Galaxy S3 has a slightly bigger screen. Two phones are about the same in length, same in width as well, if we do that, although the Galaxy S3 is a little bit slimmer. And then just to emphasize how big the phone is, we're going to bring in the iPhone 4. So as you can see, the S3 is quite a bit bigger. If you're used to the iPhone, it's going to be quite a big upgrade, and those with smaller hands aren't going to find it so easy to hold. So we'll just take those two away. So if you just pick the handset up, and we'll go for a quick tour. So on the front here we've got the large 4.7 inch Super AMOLED touchscreen, a 1.9 megapixel front facing video camera which will do HD video at 720p, sensors, earpiece, Samsung logo, and at the bottom here we've got a centralized home button which will click, and you've got the touch buttons here, back and menu. So this phone runs Ice Cream Sandwich, and usually with that type of phone, that software, you have 3 touch buttons on the screen, but Samsung has gone for a different approach here. If we turn the phone onto the side, we've got a volume rocker embedded into the side, and on this side we've got the power button embedded into this side. On the bottom, a micro USB port, and there's a microphone there if you can make that out. And on the top, the second microphone, which helps with noise cancellation, and the 3.5mm headphone jack. Onto the back of the phone, we've got the 8 megapixel autofocus camera, which will do full HD video at 1080p, loudspeaker, and the LED flash. And with the Galaxy S3, unlike its closest rival, the HTC One X, you can just pull off the back cover, and there's a removable battery, micro SIM card slot, and a micro SD card slot. A lot of people have complained that the back cover feels flimsy. As you can see, it's quite bendy, but it's covered in what Samsung are calling hyperglaze technology, which is it's a coating, it makes it scratch proof, and it's layered polycarbonate, which is the same material as the One X, so it's actually quite tough. The phone feels very sturdy once it's put together, despite its all plastic construction. So we'll just take a look at the software of the phone, which is Ice Cream Sandwich 4.0.4 and Samsung's latest TouchWiz called Nature UX. So here we can see the lock screen, and we can see one of the first examples of Samsung's nature sort of theme with the user interface. You touch the background and you get ripples. You can also unlock the handset using S-Voice, which is voice recognition, and you've got 4 customizable shortcuts which you can drag up and go straight into the application. Alternatively, you just swipe your finger across to unlock. You can also have face unlock and various other things. So here we're into the home screen. You can customize your home screens, you can add them, remove them, add loads of different widgets, different applications. And as you can see, thanks to Samsung's latest quad-core Exynos processor, which runs at 1.4 GHz, it's very speedy. You can scroll through those menus nice and quickly, open up your apps, swipe through, there's no real visible lag, and that's the same in gaming, which we'll show you later on. Samsung's made some changes. Although it runs Ice Cream Sandwich, there are some features missing and some features changed. For example, you can't drag one app onto another to make a folder, as you can, for example, on the Galaxy Nexus, although you can make folders by tapping and holding and adding. You've got your customizable dock, access to your apps. These are split into apps and widgets, and you've got lots of different widgets here you can add to your home screens. If we head back to apps, you've also got a shortcut to your downloaded apps, which you can just tap and hold, add to your home screen. So that's the home screens of Ice Cream Sandwich and TouchWiz. So as we mentioned, Samsung has opted for something a little bit different with a physical home button. A long press of this button will get you up your task manager, which is quite straightforward. It's the same as the regular Ice Cream Sandwich in that you can scroll through your open apps, tap one to open it, or you can swipe it left or right off of the screen to close it. And you've also got the option to remove all at once and enter the task manager, which we found useful because the apps still run in the background. You can then close the apps by managing your RAM and your memory in there, so that's quite useful. If you double click the home button, or the central button, you will get S-Voice, which is Samsung's answer to Apple's Siri. Unfortunately, it's picking up what I'm saying and trying to load at the moment. As you can see, it's a fairly simple interface. You've got the microphone button at the bottom. Asks you what you want to do. You can speak to it naturally, so you can tell it to send a text. It seems to think I want a passport, so it's heading onto the web. Right, so let's open that up again. You can tell S-Voice to wake up. You can set it so that you can unlock it from your home screen. You can tell it to open the camera app, go online, take you to a place, set an alarm, loads of different things. In fact, more than Siri can do on the iPhone 4 and 4S rather at the moment. We were especially impressed. One of the first things I thought I'd test it out with, I said go to Gadget Helpline. I thought perhaps it would take us to the web, but in fact it loaded up the Google navigation application and directed me to my place of work within about 10 seconds, which was very impressive. It's difficult to get used to, as with Siri, but once you've got the knack, we found it actually better than Siri. So that's S-Voice, and it's one of Samsung's key natural ways of interacting with your phone, of which there are several. There's a couple here. You've got Smart Stay, so the front-facing webcam will see and recognise when you're looking at the phone, and during that time it won't lower the brightness of your screen, so it's aimed at readers. We didn't find that feature particularly useful, but I'm sure some will. There's also an option to double tap the top of your phone when you're in a list of text messages or on a web page, and it will automatically scroll to the top. That we found very useful. You've also got an option to, if you touch your phone or pick it up, or even tap it when it's in your pocket, if you've got a notification, the phone will vibrate to tell you. So it saves you unlocking the phone or looking for the LED here. And there's also an option whereby if you have received a text message, you can pick the phone up, put it to your ear, and the phone will automatically call that contact back, which is very useful as well. Finally, you have an option here which is take it into the lock screen. To open the camera, this is quite clever. You tap and hold your finger on the center and you rotate the phone, and it will take you straight into the camera application. Provided you don't have a security lock, of course, you'll then need to enter that. So this is the camera application. So you've got your options for front and back facing camera, flash, and you've also got your options for shooting mode. So you've got single shot, burst shot, loads of different options here. It's a very rich camera suite. You've also got options for macro face detection. We've tested the macro out, and it's very, very impressive. You get a lot of detail there. We'll be putting up some sample photos onto the blog for you to check out in the next couple of days. And you've also got settings here for various things. You can really customize the camera here to how you want it and where you're shooting. Thanks to the 1.4 GHz quad-core processor, the phone will take a picture very quickly, as you can see there, and it has no problem with continually taking pictures. There's no lag. It's really great for, especially combined with the unlock, for getting the phone straight out of your pocket and taking a quick picture. You've also got the slider here for video recording, which will be in full HD 1080p quality at 30 frames per second, and you can output that to a HD TV using the micro USB cable connection on the bottom. So you would use an adapter which is called MHL, micro USB to a HDMI socket, and then HDMI to your television. Video recording is generally very good quality, and we'll put a sample up of that on the blog for you to check out in the next couple of days as well with the photos. So that's the camera application. The S3 has got a very fast and capable quad-core processor, and coupled with a 4.7-inch bright and colourful Super AMOLED LED screen, it makes for an awesome gaming device. So what we're going to do is load up a game to show you how capable the handset is. We've got Shine Runner, which is a game designed for NVIDIA Tegra 3 sporting devices. The processor in this handset is benchmarked faster and more capable than Tegra 3. So we've put this one onto full graphics, so it's optimized completely, and let's just have a look and see how well the S3 handles it. So as you can see, there's very little lag, in fact, if none, and the graphics are very bright and colourful, very vivid, so it looks great. We've got sort of the high effects on this game as well, so you've got the water splash, and the processor and the graphics chip in this handset have no problem with dealing with that. So it's very impressive for gaming, and you can play, as I said, the Tegra 3 design games, even though it uses a Samsung processor, which is fantastic. So that's a quick demo there. Speaking of the